Karen and I are here because we spent a year working with mindfulness, tapping, breathing, love. We started out in September and in August, training
August
teachers.
PD.
And then September, we trained all the kids. We went into all the classrooms in tapping and mindfulness and breathing and love. And then I came back a couple of times during the fall. And we just recently talked to a bunch of kids about tapping. But I'm here right now. I am an awesome kid. Nice. Even though we're in school today, I'm amazing. And even though sometimes school is hard, I am really smart. Great. Top of your eyebrows. I am an awesome kid. End of your eyebrows. I can keep myself calm. Okay. Under your eyes. I know I'm amazing. Under your nose. And I feel good. When I make healthy choices. Under your lips. I can calm myself down. And it feels better. The collarbone. And tapping helps me do it. Underneath your arm. And I feel good. And I feel better. Top of your head. When I tap. Now in a mindful body, take a slow, deep breath in. And exhale. Nicely done. I also want you to know that you have influence over everybody else. Who wants to be powerful? Raise your hand. Yeah. Everybody wants to be powerful. So in a mindful body, just have a conversation about what it was like to do it. And this woman, every day, did tapping over the speaker, loudspeaker, so that the whole school started out with a mindful breath and with a positive tapping script that she orchestrated.
Welcome back. Happy Thursday. And let's come together for our mindful moment before we all begin our busy day. Starting with the hand. Today is a new day, and I want to remember I am an awesome kid. Today is a new day, and I want to remember I am an awesome kid. Today is a new day, and I want to remember I am an awesome kid. Top of the eye, I am considerate in my actions. Side of the eye, I am kind with my words. Under the eye, I have self-control. Under the nose, I am thoughtful. Chin towards others' feelings. Collarbone, I am respectful. Under the arm, in all ways. Top of the head, I will be awesome today. Hand over your heart. Take in a nice deep breath. Remember these words, put them into action, and be mindful throughout the day. Thank you.
I'd like to say that I think tapping is a good thing because tapping helps you calm down, and it also makes your amygdala know what's happening, and it makes your amygdala calm down.
Does.
So that, because even though your amygdala's mad and you're doing stuff that you actually don't mean to do. But when you tap, the amygdala calms down.
And then what happens?
Good stuff happens.
Good stuff happens. Nicely done. Can
I
you?
have noticed that my body has calmed down when I tap, and when I breathe, it makes my body feel more better, and it makes me not feel so stressed anymore.
Nicely done. Every day for the whole year.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And I did hear that when she wasn't here and absent, the kids would say to the teachers, Miss Amato wasn't here. We didn't start the day with a mindful moment.
Did they mention that?
So they,
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good to know.
right.
Tapping in the classroom when Miss Amato has been saying it on the mic.
Yeah. How has that been? Every morning she's been there, huh?
Yes, it was very amazing hearing her amazing speech of what she says. And when I feel that, it's like no one can break my confidence of what I'm going to do today.
Nice. So it really helped you feel good about who you are.
Yeah.
She worked hard, huh? Yeah.
Tapping is meant to be by calming my brain down when I feel upset, and how it helps me feel calm, and how I feel peace when I start tapping. I close my eyes and I feel like someone's around me giving me strength, and that I'm actually calm. And when someone tries to get me upset, I walk away and I start tapping in it.
So think back to September, because now it's June and we're almost finished with school. Think back to September, what it was like to corral the staff for the school to put this together. What was it like?
It was a big
We
undertaking.
spent the whole year, or I came in the beginning of the year and taught you some skills. Tapping, breathing, heart-centeredness. So tell me, Nicole, what's it been like to do this with your kids?
So, actually, in my previous school, I had done a little bit of mindfulness just on my own.
Good.
Because we had talked about breathing. And so, when you would come in at the beginning of the year, I was super excited to get to do it with my kids again this year because I think that it's super helpful. We typically, I encourage them to use it throughout the day, but I force it somewhat a little bit after recess because that's the time of the day that we come in and we're crazy and we're excited.
And they all said that.
They all come in, we take our mindful breath of the Tibetan bowl, and everyone just kind of, you can feel the energy in the room just kind of come down. It's
Nice.
interesting that we can sit and be silent for a whole minute and just kind of feel the air and feel how it feels to be calm.
Yep.
And then when they come out of it, they just are quiet, they're ready for the lesson, they're ready for the next part of the day.
Nice.
The tapping is something new that I learned this year. I didn't know anything about it until you came and showed it to us.
Yeah.
And I think that the tapping is really cool. I try really hard to remember to do it throughout the day, and a couple of my kids who have really internalized it will remind me. They're super cute. Anytime they see me upset, frustrated, like they can read it right on my face. And a few of my kids will come up to me and say, Miss, don't forget to breathe. Or, Miss, go ahead and start tapping, like you should tap right now, and they'll remind me to tap.
That's great.
So, I mean, they know, even if they don't totally use it every time they get frustrated, they do know that it's a tool in their toolbox to use for when they're upset.
Go back to September and how we put it
Well,
all together.
So as we're thinking about going back to September, and my funny personal experience with the tapping especially, because you and I had gone together and went to each classroom and inadvertently was tapping all day long, I found that I slept a whole lot better. Apparently I need to re-enlist the tapping for the sleep
Right.
thing, but
And a couple of other teachers too.
a lot of other teachers when they were
because
right
they were
on,
doing it
we
all
were doing
the
it
time.
in a faithful manner with
On a
practice, on a
Right.
daily practice.
Right.
It really did help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was really great.
Yeah.
I'm not looking will also be tapping, so I know that a few of them have internalized it and have really taken it as a time. One of my students I went up to, we were in the hallway, and he's up against the wall and his face is really stiff. And I go up to him, I'm like, are you okay? He goes, Miss, my amygdala is really stressed out right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, you used the word amygdala. And he had said, there was an issue at the playground, and it was just a silly little issue, but it had really stressed him out. And so he was just, and he was calming himself down, and I didn't talk to him about it at all. He just did it.
He did
so
it.
that was really awesome.
He did it, yeah.
He did it. And then a couple of my kids I've had issues with over the year, with being able to regulate themselves. I've actually tried tapping on them. So a couple of my kids, I'll ask them if they can put their hands up, and I'll tap their hands right here for them.
Yeah.
And it seems to work pretty good. And one of my kids, anytime he's throwing a fit, he'll just sit in his chair and he goes, and he puts his hands up just like this so that I can go and tap on his hands. And I'm like, do you mind if I tap near you or on you really quick to just kind of try to calm you down? And I don't know if it's just me being next to them and being calm.
All of
or
the
if
above. Tell us
it's-
a little bit about your experience with tapping. What's it been like for you?
My experience for tapping has been cooling me down when I was mad or something. Instead of like like when I get mad or something, I just calm down with tapping or with breathing by putting my hand on my heart. When Miss Amato kept saying in the morning, I kept doing it. Like when she said, put your hand on the heart and get ready for a new day, that's when I started thinking, oh, this is going to be a great day today.
That you did when you were tapping? What do you remember? Yeah, on the side of your hand. And then where else? Do you remember? Yeah, under your arm. Yeah, under your eye. Where else do you remember? Eyebrow. Under your nose. Nice. Under your chin. Yeah, those are all the tapping points. So how has it helped you in school?
Like when when somebody else is mad, I just tell them, are you okay? And when everybody is talking a lot, I'd be like, oh, because they're talking too much, I'd be like, you want to tap? And you're like, yeah. And we just do it together.
Nice. So you have like a tapping partner. Wonderful.
Right, and you did it so beautifully.
Well, I tried.
More than that. every morning, the whole school started with a mindful moment.
Right.
So regardless of whether or not the teachers would carry it on through the day, the kids knew that in the morning somebody was watching.
Right. And just the seed, even though whatever the following statement was, I am an awesome kid every day, even though. And sometimes it was even though I'm nervous, even though I'm tired, even though I'm upset. And then a lot of times too, I also just try to make it a positive script. Even though it's a beautiful day, I'm going to be an awesome kid. Or whether it was trying to undo a negative feeling or trying to plant again some of the positives. It was a way of getting that seed planted on a regular, consistent manner, and something may germinate.
Well, you were delivering skills, and your willingness to do the skills on a regular basis over and over again gave kids the sense that if I practice this, I can be a better person, I can be a better learner, I can be a better student.
Right, and the fact is, my main objective was thinking about even myself as a young child with my anxiety and insecurity and wishing, I wish I had a way of taking care of myself.
Right.
It's a way that, again, you use the word taking charge, having them take charge of their own emotional landscape.
Right.
Because honestly, as a teacher, I don't want to do that. I want to teach. I don't want to be in charge of behavior management. I would much prefer teaching a child how to do that for him or herself.
Nicely said.
And that's the point.
Nicely
And that's
said.
what I really wanted to bring to them in my own mind was, here's a way that perhaps it's a life skill. How wonderful would it be if you're 8 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, and you have the ability to know how to manage your emotions so you can make healthy decisions and good judgments rather than a lot of the mistakes that I made because I didn't have those skills.
Or we all made. Right. And many of the kids have said that these were tools.
Right.
These are tools that I can use. And sometimes I just use them and I don't even know that I'm using them to calm down my body and help me think better. And that's pretty powerful.
Right.
And how have they received Miss Amato's work every morning? She's been tapping with these kids.
So in the beginning, you know, we had gone through and you had come in and we showed everyone the tapping. And so I don't know if it's because they're a younger grade or what, but I just kind of was like, I'm going to take this minute myself to have a calm moment and tap. And so I'd ask them all to be quiet so that I could do it. Not even like a you need to do it, but like I want to take this minute to be mindful. And so I would just sit there and do it with Miss Amato, and they would see me doing it and be like, oh, okay, like I want to try this too. So a lot of them really do it in the morning.
Nice. She worked really hard this year.
Yeah, she did every single morning, and I know a couple of kids have even said to her when she like they notice when it's not there. Like they remind me like, Miss, you didn't have us be mindful today. Or like, oh, Miss Amato didn't get to say her mindfulness today. Like they notice it, whether they know they need it or not.
Right.
They're realizing that it's part of their day, and I think they're realizing it makes them feel good.
Right. So a year's worth of dedication, commitment, I think has gotten great results and evidence in this building.
Well, we sure hope so.
Yeah.
And like you said, some of the 5th graders are moving on, and you just had a couple of testimonies from a few of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they said that
they're taking the show on the road. The tapping show is going to middle school. And they are not actors.
These 3 group of friends, we always use tapping and stuff. So I feel like it would be nice if they would ever invite a tapping club, and that would really, I think that would really help kids. And as an example, I could use tapping as an example for all 3 of us. Say that we're all 3 of us are in an argument, you just breathe, tap, and you will, if we all breathe and tap, we will all get along and just realize that tapping can really help everybody.
I like your idea of a tapping club.
Yes.
And a mindfulness club and a club of love. You guys could be in charge of making that happen.
No, also just like to say that we're not actors. This never told us. She did not tell us to say this. We're just
This is all genuine, authentic. You
And
guys are awesome.
I really want people to know that tapping can really help everybody, every person in this world. Am I right?
Yes.
Every person in this world.
Tapping can
No, I tell my dad.
Change your life.
Change your life.
change your life, calm you down when you get upset or you get frustrated with something that has happened. You just have to breathe and, like Ryder said, tap or pinch your fingers.
And you guys have been doing it for a whole school year.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So right, how sweet. Right. And there's a lot of recognition of care and love and connection that happens when everybody is doing something to help themselves feel better. So it's pretty powerful.
Yes. So thank you.
Well, personally,
Thank you.
I want to thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For keeping it going. I mean, this woman every day over the loudspeaker had these kids tapping.
Hey, last week I said, and I would say sometimes, okay, this is how I'm feeling. I feel, even though I feel frustrated, even though I feel frustrated.
Right. I totally and completely accept myself. And or for kids, it's still an awesome kid, which they heard every day for the whole year. And I think pays dividends. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. This is
Glickman, and we love to tap. Bye.
Perfect.